Hey, everybody. Good
Hey.
evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Welcome to another edition. What are we calling them, baby? Additions?
Segment,
What?
all of it. Listen,
Of the Conversations with the
Lovebirds.
Lovebirds. Yes,
So welcome back, guys.
Where we love people.
And we love love.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm Darlene Bird.
I'm William Bird. Your
We're
host
the
for this
Lovebirds.
evening. We're the Lovebirds.
And we want to thank you guys for joining
Absolutely.
in. Yay.
Thank y'all so much. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank y'all so much for joining us.
It's been a wonderful couple of weeks.
Yes.
And if you have been journeying with us, just let us know. When you're listening to this, if you have caught one segment, just put 1X in the comments. If you've caught 2 segments, put 2X in the comments. If you caught all 3, just put 3X in the comments. Just let us know that you've been journeying along with us.
Trying to get a feel for how many people are following us and what's going on with the following, just to try to,
just let us know if you've
keep
been
ourselves
hanging in there.
Yes.
We
absolutely.
have been enjoying this time, guys. We look so forward to it every Wednesday at 8:30. We look so forward to it. So we're glad that you guys have been journeying with us. So listen.
Whoa. We got some 3X's on
yay.
here. 1X, 3X.
Hey, Niecy.
Frenchie's
Happy
back.
birthday, baby girl. I didn't
Auntie
get to do my
Debbie is
birthday
back.
shout out.
Hey,
Things have been
everybody.
crazy. Hey, Amy.
Awesome.
So
Thank y'all.
just do 1X, 2X, 3X.
That's a
Let
good
us
one.
know if you've been following along. Our first segment, we talked about just being honest, and we were brutally honest, and we talked about the difference that honesty makes in your relationships, and we talked about doing self-assessments, like being honest about if I'm finished or not.
If you're finished.
What I want, what I'm not gonna do,
yes.
what I'm just being honest
Those
up
things that are
front,
off the
right?
table or on the table.
So that was good.
That was good. Our second show,
Mm-hmm.
we talked about healthy resolution, conflict,
That
or
was third.
solutions.
Our second one was needs, right?
Oh, needs. Okay, that's right. Needs.
Yeah,
yes.
being honest about his needs,
Being
her
about
needs,
what you want,
unfulfilled needs, and how they linger. They don't just go away.
Yep.
How we're all made differently with those different needs, and it's okay to do the work to understand what you need and be able to express that and trying to fulfill those needs in your partners.
Yes.
Right.
Sorry about that.
No, that's good. It's good. And then last week we talked about healthy
conflict resolution or solutions.
Healthy conflict solutions and how you deal with conflict. We talked about the win-win, going for the win, not feeling like you have to win and the other person has to lose.
Yes.
That's a loss in the end. So just really trying to make sure that you are both winning. And to do that, you got to understand.
Yes.
So those were really, really good.
Very good.
Guys, listen, I'm a little nervous about tonight. I'm a little nervous about tonight because I have given my husband full reign to pick the topic. And guys, guess what he picked?
Well, because most of us are already there. We picked sex. I picked sex, yes.
Well, let me go back a little bit. So last week when we talked about
picked sex.
I'm
trying to give the people more bang for their buck.
I'm gonna hurt you. Can we even get started before you, baby?
I'm just saying, baby. I'm gonna be live
bang for their buck,
loose and free,
baby.
with this.
Bang for their buck.
Absolutely.
Okay, wait, guys. Last week I had read that. Thank you, Frenchie. She's enjoying the book.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
Great.
Thank you, Frenchie.
Love
you.
The LoveByrds story.
The LoveByrds story.
Love-birds.com.
We share a lot from there.
Yes.
So last week we talked about that. Let me get my talking in before you take over because I already know you've been y'all. So last week we talked about conflicts. And we read that, I think it was T.D. Jakes, one of his books, he said that most conflicts in relationships and in marriages can be bucketed into 3 big buckets. That was power, money, and sex. And we spent a lot of time last week talking about power, trying to exert power over your mate and what that looks like, what that sounds like, and how that plays out. Hey, Green.
Hey, cousin Anitra.
So we talked a lot about the power part, not the money and the sex part. And then a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about needs, I kind of embarrassed my husband because with the song that comes on and he turns it up, I just need, what is the song?
It's by Monica.
Monica.
Sex and commitment.
I need good sex and commitment. And I said, baby, I noticed that every
Yes.
time that song comes on, you blast that song, you start singing it.
Absolutely.
You know, if your workshop door is closed, you might open it. So am I supposed to hear it? You
Turn
singing
it up.
that?
Rip
So they
the
sound
knob
like
off.
they were kind of non-negotiables, good sex and commitment.
Well, this, you got to remember it, because there was a time I made Darlene put in writing that sex.
Niecy, I need
I'm
Niecy.
real,
I'm so
for
glad
real.
Niecy helped
I
me.
made Darlene put in writing.
Yes,
This
you
is
did.
no joke.
Before we got married.
Before we got married, that no sex was not an option.
That I would never
Yes.
that I would never take
Y'all
sex
think I'm joking. This is serious
the
stuff
table.
right here. Yes.
So I guess it is one of your non-negotiables.
That's
that
a
good
non-negotiable.
sex in the commit. Martin,
Yes. Yeah, hey Alicia, how you doing?
Yay.
Yes.
So he made
yes.
me put in writing
That's right.
before we were married.
Prenup.
Yeah, kind of a prenup that sex would never be taken off the table no matter what. So we had a lot of conversation about that before we got married.
Lots of conversations
about that.
Sex.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yep.
let me get my perspective out. Okay. And let me apologize, because if you guys know my husband and Yvette,
I'm
Mark,
be half good.
y'all know.
I'm always
Well, look,
good.
Niecy agrees.
when we
This should
talk-
never be an option. Because you're right. Because
Very
women,
good. That's
sometimes
right.
women use it as manipulation.
Weaponizing sex is not good.
And that's not good.
healthy. Yeah,
So let me just give my perspective before my husband goes a little bit wild.
I'm
Okay.
going to be good. I'm going to come from the academic or most of it.
Okay.
But most
And
of
I'm
it is a true account.
I'm gonna let you do it.
Yes.
I've given
I'm
you.
going to
I've
need
given
your
up.
help, though.
But do you know what my perspective is? To be
Yes.
honest,
Talk to me.
when it comes to sex, my perspective is, I guess I would sum it up by saying that my body belongs to my husband, and it's for his pleasure. I would say it's for him to enjoy, it's for him to touch, feel on. And when we talked about our 4 questions assessments, and I think it comes up every time. We talk like, what do you need more of, less of? What you need me to stop doing, start doing? That even applies to sex. So I want to get the A at being the wife that he needs, and I want his needs to be satisfied in me. So my whole perspective is that it's like my body belongs to him and it's for his pleasure. And that's kind of how we operate around here. So, I mean,
and I kind of revealed to Darlene, just recently that her body, to me, it holds all of the things that I love about Darlene. So I cherish about everything that I love about her wit, her intelligence. It's all stored in this body. So I look at, my perspective is that her body is the actual physical vessel that stored. Her heart has a heart for my heart. So when I look at her body, I see her body in a completely different light, not in a physical aspect so much. Even though I love Darlene's body, don't get me, I love her physical aspect. It's something that turns me on quite amazingly, does. But but I look at her body more so in the sense that it is the vessel that holds all of the things that were meant for me. Not just the sex and everything like that, but the actual Darlene that I so love.
Yeah, and I complain about my body at times because I morph. There's days that I like, okay, I like it. There's days like, what is going on here? It's not.
I don't have days like that.
And so, and I was like, oh my God, I hate that. I'm drooping here, whatever. And he stopped me and said, hey, look, you're going to stop talking about my body like that.
Exactly.
And I'm like, he's like, no, that's my body. I paid for it. I love it. And it holds all the things that I love. So he explained to me, like, Darlene, your body holds your heart. Your body holds, your creativity. my our love credits went up. And
Oh, no,
Amy's
I'm
on the pot.
scoring all the
We
time.
scoring
No,
on the love
Amy, I'm
credits.
scoring all the time. I ain't
You
lying.
really are. And so, I mean, that was a different perspective for me. He was like, "Stop talking about my body. That holds all the things that I love.
Yes.
That holds, I'm comfortable there. All the things I love about you." So I had never
And
heard that.
I know a lot
That
of
was
women.
kinda sweet.
Yeah, I know.
That was kind of sweet, baby.
I know a lot of women
was
are
kinda
subconscious.
sweet.
Before we get into a lot of stuff, I just want to say she touched on that. I know a lot of women are self-conscious about their bodies, and maybe us men have a lot to do with that. So I encourage any man who has a wife or a partner, a sexual partner, to look at it in that aspect. Look at her body as the vessel that really holds all the things that you really love about her.
Mm-hmm.
So, and not so much look at it in the physical aspect.
Okay. So the song.
What you doing?
I didn't share, so I'm just sharing. So
Good.
power, money, and sex. We
So
dealt a lot
power, money,
with
sex. So
power.
yes.
We didn't deal with the sex, and then the good sex and
I
commitment.
mean, there's so much we can unfold in this topic that we're going to have to give you guys several segments of what actually good sex. What we like I kind of deem we went from ordinary to an extraordinary love in the LoveByrds story, and then we've developed a sextraordinary relationship. So there's a lot to unpack in that. There's we can go over a lot of things.
Hey, Pat said beautifully said.
Thank you so
very
much.
So from
Pat.
ordinary to extraordinary to where are we now?
Sextraordinary. I didn't coin that. Somebody else coined that. But that's where we arrive and it's just so when I think about us being coaches and being relationship coaches and helping people through their relationships and kind of focused on that, I look at it in the sense that we are a true account of the results of the process. Not so much trying to offer you guys an academic perspective or teaching, but we're giving you a tangible where you can actually see some of the things that resulted from the processes that we implemented. And I think that makes our LoveByrds story so much more relevant than any of the
guys who knew. Like, I mean, I look back at our story and I say, who knew, that the sextraordinary instead of extra.
Yes.
So who knew that, like, the things that we put in place by like saying, we're not sure this is going to work, so let's try this and let's put this assessment and let's talk about this. It really laid a beautiful foundation to take us to these different levels.
Good evening, Ms. Tillery. How are you?
So our question of the week.
You can give it to him.
Can I do a question?
As you can do the question of the week.
Our question of the week is really, guys, how important is sex in a relationship?
Mm-hmm.
How important is sex in the relationship?
Hit us in the comments.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, make it a scale of 1 to 10.
There we go.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is sex to you in your relationship?
How important is sex in the relationship?
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10. Let's see what we get in this comments.
So, we'll get a chance to get some of the comments in. I'll talk about a little bit about how we're going to approach this, and like I said, there's so many things we can unpack in this and with this topic. We can go talk about preparing for intimacy. We can talk about developing a healthy mindset, how to alleviate fear and anxiety in your sex. What do we talk about? We can talk about that. We can talk about what
why
do we
don't people talk about sex?
And why don't people talk about sex? I think I don't think women have a problem with talking about sex. I think more so men have a problem of opening up about sex. Now, women, now I may be wrong. And if you guys think I'm wrong in that, you can correct me or you can share your opinion. But I just think because women are more emotional.
Charles, really, Charles?
What did he say?
A 20.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Charles. If it was if you had to only do 10s, I'm at a borderline 11. So it would go from 10 all the way up to 10, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. So I'm a borderline 11 teacher.
Mrs. Matthews said 8. Frenchie said 8. Nitra said 8. Looks like
Okay,
it's
8.
about an 8.
About an 8.
And
That's
Charles
good.
said it's a
That's
20.
good. Because not so much is it it's essential and necessary, but it isn't the end all to be all
It's
in a
pretty
relationship.
important.
It's very important. I can get that.
It's pretty
But
important.
it's not the end all
But
be all.
now that I think about it, like if you don't have sex, say a week.
Oh, but that's not a relationship.
No,
That's a
wait
friendship.
Baby.
Because
Wait,
listen,
can I finish
no,
my
listen,
point?
for
No,
real,
I got
for
you.
real.
I got you.
Yeah, no, let
finish
me
though.
hold tight. Wait a minute. Let me say this because just to get this part, because relationships are friendships with sex. Anybody agree with me? Because outside of sex, you just have friendship. So relationships are friendships with sex.
Okay. So what I was gonna say was when I'm looking at these numbers, I agree, baby.
I know.
When I'm looking at these
truth.
numbers, right,
Uh-huh.
and I'm seeing the 8s and stuff,
Mhm.
right, and I'm seeing a couple of 10s,
Mhm.
I think like if you were to go a week without sex, I think you would feel different. I think you would feel
No,
disconnected.
hold tight.
Maybe.
Wait a minute.
I don't know.
2-3 days. I'm feeling the Tell the truth.
No.
The
Go with me. Go with me.
Okay,
think
I'm
about
gonna
it
go
for a
with you.
second. Like,
So,
no,
well,
just
what about
we
medical
saying
issue?
wait, no, we're saying sex is
Okay.
important. It's an 8 or 10, and I'm like, it's probably true that it's an 8 to a 10.
Yes, right.
Because if you don't have sex for a week, would you start to feel different?
Well, then hold tight. Listen,
Would you
because
missing something?
because this is what you gotta. For some couples, frequency isn't the issue. Quality is more. Quantity isn't the best. Remember, you always tell me more isn't better. Better is better. So just because you're not
I
happy,
don't say that about sex though. I like
well, I know now you said you was gonna be good.
All right, I'm gonna be good.
Okay, listen. So frequency, like so some couples, once or twice a month, it's all on whether or not you're content. Where are you content in your relationship? And if that makes you content and happy, then frequency isn't the issue.
So Amy said, if the number is too high, Lord forbid something happens and you can't, does that partner leave you? I think that partner finds different ways to satisfy you.
Yeah.
Because of the intimacy and the connection that's been built up. I think
I
they find different ways.
think and sex should be the end all be all to the relationship
without
some healthy dialogue, first of all, and reason. Because there are medical issues.
So Miss Martin says, I think if you stop for a week, you would have to find other avenues of intimacy.
That's very true.
I think I would feel funny after if we went a week. I would be like,
like what's wrong?
Like, yeah.
Well, you're going to question. Unless you know your partner, then
unless that could be sickness, medical. It could be different.
It could be a stress. We got so many things to kind of unpack with that question.
Yeah, and we enjoy intimacy another way. We like to laugh a lot. We like to take a ride. We like to people watch and just talk about. So there's a lot of different ways. You're right to find that intimacy.
Yes.
But
a week. I'm not going to say that. For us, that would be a strange bedfellow. You know what I'm saying? For us, it wouldn't be, but for somebody else, people who are older or people who are,
Frenchie,
dealing with other things.
That might get in the way of that.
Yes. Approaching sex, you gotta remove distractions. If there's any distractions, then, you got kids involved, you got all kinds of stuff. So a week could go by so fast with the way the days go nowadays, and all our time being taken in other areas of life. A week could go by so fast that you turn around and look and be like, well, dang, we didn't have sex this week. So I think that, like I said, I think that frequency isn't really a deal breaker. I just think that is, I think discussing it would.
So that's
bring
the thing.
that to,
Frenchie said, should you talk about sex as often as you talk about money? So we talk about, did you want to?
So, we're going to go through so we developed, we didn't kind of
we got some teas.
We got some teas.
We got
so we got 7 teas that we.
Let me tell you what the 7 teas are.
There were several more, but we kind of.
We kind of landed on 7 teas.
7 teas.
If I could get him to be.
And the idea was to get you from to change your thought process to get you to transcendence and surrender.
Right. So that's the point with these 17s. That's the points with the 17s. Yeah, so a friend lost her use of her lower body after a car accident. Well, so that they had to find other ways to satisfy each other. I'm so sorry to hear that. And that was bad. But hopefully the relationship was strong enough.
Why is quality important? Whoa, what? That's a good question. But
sometimes quality is important.
Sex, does anybody want to have bad sex? I mean, let me if there's anybody
we're going to talk about this right here.
Want to have bad sex.
It's not so much bad sex, but sometimes it's duty sex.
Yeah. Oh, the duty sex. Yeah. Oh, the surfacing.
That's
the duty sex.
That's the sex is never off the table.
That if you're talking about duty sex, I mean
quality
that's
lingers
bad
on
sex.
After the action.
It still may be good though.
Absolutely, quality lingers on after the action. So there's some before and afters. Yes. So our 70s. The
70s. Let's talk about these. We're going to get into this.
The 70s are. We're going to try and get through this. Yes. All right, but so the 70s. You want me to give them, or you want to?
No, I'm give them. Right. Their tenderness, talk, touch, time, technique, tuned in, and treats.
The 70s.
So if you want to write them down again, I'll go through them again slowly. The first one was tenderness.
Try a little tenderness.
The second one was talk.
Let's
the
talk
third
about
one
sex.
was touch. Baby.
Touch me. Okay.
No, no.
All right. She's
gonna bring in them good spirituals. Do me, baby. Yeah. No, time, technique, tuned in, and treats.
Yes.
So let's unpack the first one, and we're going to go with tenderness.
Tenderness.
Try
a little tenderness.
Try a little tenderness is what we're going to say. So tenderness is, at a glance, creating an emotional climate. Trying to start out with a mindset that is soft and calming and sweet. Trying your best to make sure that your mindset goes in kind of free and clear of any distractions. So
for me,
yes, what is it for you, baby?
It's important because guys can have an argument
we're already there.
Or disagree or whatever, and they're still ready to have sex. And I'm like, wait a minute.
No, we go into this thing already.
But women are like, we just had they gotta make
it's all about the build up.
It's harder for women to separate that. It's like I need a minute.
Yeah, we need
I need a little tenderness.
Warm it up, Chris.
Hey, try a little tenderness. So women need
time to unpack.
Connect.
They need time to.
Men are visual. They see you and they're ready. Okay, it's what I take in with my eyes.
Yes.
Women, it's what they take in with their ears. You ever notice with your girlfriends, be like, "What did he say, girl? What did he say?
Yeah.
What did he say?" So for women, it's I need to hear some tenderness. I need to maybe have some eye to eye connection,
some soft spoken words.
Yeah. I need some tenderness.
Give you some tenderness.
I need women. A lot of women need that tenderness.
All women need the tenderness.
Yeah, but some guys, they're ready to go. But tenderness is important. Don't overlook the tenderness.
Men walk into the situation already on fire.
Yeah.
Already geared up. So making that conscious effort to include your mate at that point is where you can really achieve some true intimacy. So
that helps us.
You want to make sure that
take steps toward changing, getting our mind,
getting in the right mindset. Foreplay. Foreplay is a great way of getting getting her at that tenderness level to kind of open up and be receptive to your advances.
That whole women like to feel needed, so that whole tenderness, they want to feel like they're desirable.
Yes.
And that just comes with being tender, being tender.
Yes, absolutely.
Talk.
Pillow talk.
Talk number 2 is talk.
Talk number two is talk. Pillow talk. Pillow talk. That's a good one.
Talk.
Most of our sexual occurrences happen in the bedroom. So, pillow talk. Now, this is a very difficult area for the men, and I said we just now talked about that. And when Darlene asks, when I say what do we talk about, and it's not so much, what to talk about. Is so much, do you have anything to talk about? So the thing is, you may need some help. And I've said this on quite an occasion. I got conversation cards. Yo, I'm never without something to talk about. I mean, listen, for y'all think I'm sorry, I got connection cards, I got conversation talk cards, I got list of talk cards that I just download. If you ever need something to talk about, man, these things are like gems, man.
What are these called?
Hey, listen, no, not just yet. I got
those.
lust cards.
I remember
I
those.
got actual sex cards.
I remember those.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, listen, I'm devoted to this. So if I need something to talk about, like I told you, I'll throw some of these cards on the pillow. I'll throw some of these picture cards on the pillow.
You lost that game, by the way. You cheated.
Oh.
Anyway. So let's talk. Number 2 was talk.
Number 2 was talk. I'm sorry. So talk. So
but
please talk it up.
Healthy
Conversation.
Do you talk about sex?
Communication is the key.
Do you talk about sex?
Do y'all talk about sex? How many people actually out there really talk to their mate about sex? Now I could raise my hand because we do it all the time. I mean, literally, we do it all the time.
Before and after
talks.
Yeah.
Yes, we do all that. We do that.
It.
But does anybody?
Sometimes we just high five.
I thought you was gonna be good. This is terrible.
But healthy sex communication is important.
Key. Communication is the key.
Guys, we talked about our 4-question assessment.
That's in every aspect of the relationship.
It's for sex too. The 4-question assessment.
The 4-question assessment falls in for sex. The 4-question assessment, you can do that in every aspect of the relationship.
Even with sex. What do you need more of? What do you need less of?
What do you need
what you want me to stop doing?
Start doing. Power.
Yes, those 4 questions.
The 4-question assessment works for
more of, less of, start doing, stop doing.
Yep.
Because you want to make sure you're satisfying each other. You don't want to just be throwing up air balls that really don't, So if you can keep fine tuning, it's a good thing.
Yep.
It's a good thing to kind of zero in on what each other really, really likes.
Looking at my story, but I can't read my own writing.
Discuss it. Discuss the pleasure.
Discuss the likes and the dislikes.
Yeah, talk about it.
Talk about it. There's some don'ts with that also. You don't want to talk about past relationships.
Okay,
that's for sure. That's a don't. You don't want to force the issue. That's another thing that could be a detriment to your sex life.
Yeah.
Forcing the issue when he's not ready or not willing and she's not willing and vice versa. Forcing the issue doesn't get you to a better sex life. It really kind of hinders you. And like I said, like we said before, when I told Darlene that to sign in writing that, sex was not an option. So that was kind of a form of weaponizing the sex, but
where's your plug?
Yes, I'm going to have to plug up, guys.
Go get the plug and bring it here.
Yes, I'm going to get it.
Okay. So
yes, don't weaponize sex. Don't
if you
weaponize
earn a
sex.
cigarette, it's time to go night-night.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
Right. That's right.
Exactly. So that's another one.
So talk about it.
What?
Number 3 was touch.
Number 3 was touch.
Tenderness, talk, touch. Number 3 was touch.
Right. Hey, guess what, guys? I'm going to have
to turn it.
I'm going to have to turn it to get you. I'm sorry. We are so sorry for this technical difficulty that we're experiencing, but I had so much to do today. I had to get the tablet. Keep it. Yes.
Okay.
Bam. I think we're going to come from you guys right here.
Okay.
All right.
So now we're talking about touch.
Yes.
How important is touch?
Touch is very important. That's very important.
And not just not just like when it's time for sex, right?
No, that's a touch is an all day thing, like that build up, like the all day texting and the all day sexting that we do, like building it up.
And just
so
hugs,
hugs and
and
kisses.
be intentional about your
Kisses
hugs.
never lie.
Kissing all day, hugs all day,
Yes.
like
I
all
remember
of that.
when we first did. Remember when we first brought a relationship? It was like
Yeah.
100. I had that 100 kisses a day thing going on.
Yeah, you did.
I was giving my wife 100 kisses a day for about a month after
You
we
did.
first.
I was trying to come out of a deficit, guys. I had a deficit when it came to
I am so sorry.
you know, physical relationship and connecting and all that stuff. So
Yes.
he was I was trying to come out of a deficit.
Trying to keep up with the comments, guys, but
And,
I'm all out of time.
Yeah.
You guys are banging me with the comments. But anyhow,
Yeah.
where were we
10
at?
out of 10
touch.
important to touch.
Okay.
You have to touch.
Get
And
embracing. Women love embracing. Women love embracing. So
and when I read my needs, when I read what my needs were physically, my needs were, listen, I need hands on me. I need to know that I'm not alone. I spent so much time alone. I need hands on me. Yes, holding hands.
Yes,
touching hands.
Holding hands.
Don't
touching.
just hold hands. Get in there.
Get in
there.
Hold it.
Lock those fingers. Get in there. Rubbing on the back,
the body
patting
massages.
on the butt. Yeah.
This, you know what else? What touching also does? It alleviates some of a woman's body. If she has body issues and you're touching and feeling on her body, it could relieve some of those issues she may have with her body. So making her aware that you're aware of her body and that the touch feels that it feels good to you, could take away some of that anxiety a woman may feel about her body. So
touch creates desire. I think
absolutely, very
I
good.
Think it creates desire.
Very
the
good.
touching and the rubbing and the feeling.
I get the tingling when you touch me.
Do you?
Yeah. Like right now.
Get off me.
Boy, y'all don't even know after this is over. It's over.
Shut up. See, let me apologize for it.
Because I got it picked up. Anyhow, let's keep on going. And like I said, you know, for real, I want to go over this one more time. Darlene's body is what holds everything. So I cherish her body. So touching it is easy. Feeling and caressing it is telling her that I love her body is so very easy. If we men got that, boy, y'all don't even know. You score a whole lot of points.
That is a totally different perspective.
Yeah.
On the body. Totally different. When I'm steady complaining about how it looks.
Shut
up. Yeah. See, Frenchie said, well, you're gonna have to wait a minute, Billy.
I'm gonna hold on, sir. Hey, listen, that's another thing. Men, you gotta learn to bridle yourselves.
Yeah.
Yes, you gotta pull the reins on it. You can't be quick draw in sex. That's not good. So I've learned to bridle. Yes, I've learned to bridle. Thank you, Frenchie, for just reminding me. Yeah, but
embracing is ultra important for
very
me.
much
just
so.
Embracing, and even the hugs. And when you're hugging your mates, we should have told you to watch with your mates tonight. This would have been a good one to just really couple up. But you know, that hug needs to last. Like, don't.
Oh yeah.
It needs to last 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
A good hug. I'm going to tell you what a good hug should do. If you're hugging your mate, a good hug should, after about 10 seconds, make you take a deep breath and exhale.
Yeah.
A good hug you should grab.
Hold on.
If you hold on,
yes,
a good hug should make you go.
And the kiss.
Yes.
So I remember telling
That's
Billy,
a good hug.
Like, you know, I said, all right, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. I said, don't ever give me a kiss that I don't feel.
Yeah.
I had that. I don't do that no more. I want to feel it. I want kiss me, make me feel it. You know, don't just get in the remote like
listen,
good morning, good night, whatever. I had that. I don't want that. If you want to kiss me,
how about this? Darlene wasn't a big kisser at night. I don't know, it could have been a past relationship. She wasn't a good kisser at night. Kiss me now. I'm a big kiss me goodnight kind of guy. So we kind of resolved that issue. Yes, but those are
Kissing
those
is-
assessments.
kissing
What
is
we need
important.
more of and what you don't need.
Look, I know I used to tell my girls.
What's
I used to tell them, don't be kissing. Like when they were in high school,
Yeah, that's terrible.
I used to tell them, don't be kissing.
Don't be kissing, because kissing.
No. What was my definition? Let me get it. It's coming.
Okay.
I said kissing was an upward invitation for a lower invasion. I was always coming up with, what kind of mom was I? I was coming up with all kinds of. But I would make up these little
upward
it was
invitation of
upward
a lower
invitation for
to
a lower invasion.
Lord have mercy, poor kids.
My kids, poor kids.
It was.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kissing. Yeah, at that age, kissing. Yeah, can get
that's
you
part
in
of the
trouble.
touch.
Yeah, that's part of the touch.
Yeah. All right.
We're gonna go on and
Okay.
move on.
Tenderness, talk, touch,
time. This is a good one, guys. Because you have to make time. You have to make yourselves available. You have to help make your spouse available. And I'm gonna tell you one of. So there's a scientific fact. I came up across this, and I'm gonna get Darlene to read you something out of the book about how true this was a part of.
Huh. Okay.
So, like, one thing is Darlene works from home. So, and Darlene's office sits right off of the kitchen. So it's big for me that Darlene never see dishes in the sink, that she never sees the kitchen out of place, because one, she's working over here. And then if she has to look over and see the dishes or the kitchen, all of the food all over the messed up, then that distracts her from what she has to do as far as her job is concerned. Mm-hmm. Not only that, this is the big thing that makes her available for me. Say if I want something, we go to bed and she doesn't have to worry about the dishes. She doesn't have to worry about the car needing gas, or she doesn't have. That's just being taking care of business, guys, so that you make her available when you're ready. That's a big help. And listen to this. This is kind of crazy because I just found this out. Women are more attracted and are sexually aroused by men who clean or take care of the house, are domesticated. I just found this out. But I thought for me,
y'all so sexy when you're doing dishes.
Yo, when you got an apron on, guys, I didn't notice.
Oh,
yo, listen, this is scientific. Well, this is scientific fact. Don't get me wrong. Remember, I come from you for more of a true result from the process, not so much of the academic source and the teachings. But listen, in my reading and studying and doing my research for this, I found out that women are super attractive to men who got the broom in their hand.
Anitra said, cooking is hot.
See, I'm not lying. This is a true story. Mm-hmm. But I say that to say this, what it does is it makes her available to you. And that's one of the biggest things you can do to get to her sexually is clear all those things off the table and out of the way so that when it comes to time when you're ready and already built up, that's off the table. Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
No. I'm agreeing with you because, in so many relationships, it might be the woman who's cooking or trying to get dinner. And then after that, it might be the woman who's cleaning up the kitchen.
Yep.
And it might be the woman who's putting the food away. Mm-hmm. And while she's doing all this, he may be ready, but she's got all of this to worry about. Exactly. I got the sink is full of dishes. And so, I mean, if he could step in and do that, it just frees more time.
Absolutely.
I love it. My husband will say, listen, I got this, baby. I just ran you a bubble bath.
There you go.
So he knows that he knows my language with the guys.
It's like putting primer on it before you wash and wax.
The bath. punch you in the face. The bath bombs and the candles and the smells and
But that's true, guys.
so he'll say, "Listen, I just ran you a bubble bath.
Yeah.
I'll clean up the kitchen. You go on in there and get in your bubble bath."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so and when you take some of that off of her, that frees her up. Frees her up for you.
Because remember, I told you it's all about the build up for women. That's why women love chick flicks, because they like the part, you know, the build up, the guy courting this and that and the other, and all the way up until the climactic point. Climax. Don't look at me through the camera like that. How could you look at me through the camera like that?
Billy Bird. Billy Bird.
But that is, listen, guys, get this. That's a true fact. And women know I'm not lying. Y'all know I'm not lying. Give me a heart if y'all think I'm telling the truth. Let me see them.
What do you? And we talking about when a man helps around the house.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Yes.
But you know what? That tenderness part. When you, it also that comes in for me too. When you say, "Baby, I just ran you a bubble bath," like to me, that's the tenderness part. That's the consideration.
Yeah,
part
that's
too.
That's tenderness and consideration. Yes.
Yeah, and on Touch We Miss Massages. Anitra said
I know I said massage.
Did you say massage? Yeah, she was saying that they give each other massages.
Yes.
It's so
absolutely.
Important.
That's very important.
It's so important.
I do a massage almost every night. Some part of her body gets rubbed on.
You know what else you do? You know what else you do on a regular?
What's that?
If I grab the bottle of lotion, you'll take it from me and you'll lotion me and lotion my feet and stuff like that. That's in the morning. I'm getting dressed. Like, so that's that all day tenderness. That's that all day touching. That's that taking a minute to put some time in.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we covered time. Did we cover time? Did we cover all the time?
Time.
No, I want you to read. Listen. Y'all
there.
think I'm joking? Baby, read a page from the book that I told you to pull up for me, please.
Oh, okay.
Please. We're going to go to the book. We're probably going to go to commercial after this. I don't know. Where we at in time?
We good.
We good. We good.
Okay, yeah.
So read the part about the book, Rob, what I was just now talking about in this time, making yourselves available, and the scientific fact that I put out.
Oh, there was a
and this is good.
This
is in the book. Like I said, this is.
I was talking about in the book. I was just talking about. Talking about time.
Yeah.
I was talking about how when I thought like this wasn't going to work, I wouldn't give him any time, and then I was like, and he was like, "You're not even going to give me a chance. I don't even get a chance." And I said, "We can get this done in an hour. I've wasted 27 years of my life. I have no time to waste. I don't think this is going to work. We're way too different, you know." And I said, "Okay, you know what? We can get this done in an hour." And he said, bet. So he came to pick me up. Come on, I'm here for my hour. And he came to pick me up the next day. Come on, I'm here for my hour. Like, wait a minute. The next day. This went on for over 30 days. Making time. To get to know each other and just putting the time and talking and laughing and learning. So there's on page, Frenchie said what page? Frenchie got her book. On page 59, I was talking about all that time. And okay, let me start on the bottom of page 59. It says every day for 2 months, he got his hour without interruptions. That's time. Yes. And then I said, I would notice little things. Like if I were running late and needed an extra 10 minutes, Billy would come inside to patiently wait for me as I was finishing up. But I remember thinking, did that man just clean up my dishes while I was getting dressed? One time I had some towels in a basket that I had taken out of the dryer. I noticed that he neatly folded all of my towels. There was another time he started cleaning up some of the dog food that Chester spilled out of his bowl and was on the floor. And I saw him cleaning that up before I could even get to it. He would do all of these things before I even realized that they were being done. I never had to ask, nor would I have even thought to ask him to do any of those things. But I could just tell it was his pleasure to serve.
See, she noticed it. That's the thing about that. When I told you, that's a scientific fact. Women love a man who cleans. So they noticed that. Yeah. And I said, Darlene, I had to ask her, I said, were you turned on by that? And she kind of said, well, no, I wasn't turned on. I said, but it wasn't. And she was probably right. in the
But
physical aspect,
yeah.
but emotionally, she was emotionally
Probably.
aroused.
It was one
You
of the
see what
things
I'm
that make you
saying?
say,
Yeah, she was emotionally
huh,
aroused.
it did
And
something. It did something.
yeah, it did something. Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, listen,
Gotcha.
the scientists have proven.
Mhm.
But listen, like I said, that was before I even came to this and knowing that and knowing the effect. Now I know what how, through research and stuff, I know what the effect it had on her. And that's big about getting to the
and for
extraordinary.
me, yeah, getting to sextraordinary.
Getting
And
this
for me, it's
extraordinary.
part of
Yep.
my love language
Yep.
too.
Absolutely.
And everybody has different love languages. If
Yep.
you've ever read Chapman's book on the 5 love languages, what are
Mhm.
the 5 languages? Gifts,
Words of affirmation,
words,
serving,
acts of
of
service, quality
quality
time,
and
and physical touch.
yes.
But
Correct.
acts of service was a good love language for me because for so long I felt like I had to do it all myself or it wouldn't get done.
Mhm.
So for someone to see my need and rise to that was like, did he just help me out by doing something that like taking something off my plate? Now I don't have to do that was big for me because it's part of my love language.
Mhm.
So even stepping in and just saying, I got the dishes, or lawn, just whatever, just taking something
True story
off my
is I
plate.
don't really allow Darlene to do anything. I clean the
Yeah,
bathrooms.
kinda
I
spoiled.
don't allow her really to do anything
Yeah, I'm a little
except for
spoiled.
decorate this house and
You do
decorate the
laundry,
house.
just
The
you do it
lawn.
all.
Yeah,
You do it all.
I don't. Yeah, pretty much.
Mhm.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but it
But
does free me up because when I think about my past and my kids, I always had 1,000 things to do, and I would go to sleep. I would wake up. I used to keep a tablet next to the bed. I would pop up. Oh my God, I got to remember to call this person and do this and do this and do that. So I was always, so just creating that space and that time to pause and to just go take a bath and calm down, get yourself together. That's so important.
that's big for me, guys.
That's so important. That
Make her-
time.
that makes her readily available to
Date
any
nights,
events I have. Mhm.
all the things you do to create that time and space.
Yes.
And try to be in the moment. You know what I mean,
Mhm.
y'all. Sometimes y'all need to put those phones down, and just be in the moment with your
Tuned in.
partner. Yeah,
Mhm.
and being in the moment.
Yep, that's good.
And making sex a priority. It's not an afterthought, or you know what I mean. It's something that you need to be making a priority on a
Yeah.
regular.
On a regular. Regular. Talk about it.
But I like it.
Make it happen.
I like how you handle
Make it
business to
happen.
free me up.
Yeah,
However you
that's
said- however you
handling
said
business,
that,
fellas.
that was good.
Yes, ma'am.
That was
Okay.
very good.
Okay. Moving on.
Okay. Tenderness, talk, touch, time,
Technique.
technique.
I'm not going to say nothing about this one. I swear. All I'm going to tell you, guys, all I'm going to say in this is, guys, slow down. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to say make it last forever. But I will say, fellas, I'm going to speak to the fellas on this. I'm going to say kind of slow down. Slow down with your sex making, or with the process of initiating the experience. That's all I'm going to say.
Of course, you have your favorite. You kind of go to favorites.
Positions.
Yeah, we scared to do it, but
Yeah.
you gotta have your little favorites. You
Boy.
then sometimes you just have to try.
I need a high five. Boy.
And then sometimes you have to try something new, a new place.
New place. I can't tell you how
new-
many times. Oh,
new position.
Yes.
Move to different part of the house. Or just
Countries.
move. Yeah, take trips.
Take trips.
We like to take trips.
Yes.
Yes.
Some of the best sex comes on our trips.
Vacation sex is
Vacation sex is the bomb.
Yeah.
Vacation sex is the bomb.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just in discussing it, debrief. We debrief.
We always talk about our sex.
We
Most of the
debrief
time we talk
afterwards.
about, yeah.
We do what you liked, what
Was
you
it
didn't
fun, what you
like.
did? Was that good, baby?
We do that.
Whatever thing you just now did was Oh, the chain. Can you do that again?
What were you talking about with before and afters when we were talking about?
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
remember.
So the before and afters is still, those, like when I bring your bathwater after the.
Oh, okay, doing things before. So it's not just the act. Okay, I got you.
It's not just the
build
befores,
up,
the acts, and then there's sometimes
the build up,
the
and then the
afters
after.
kind of prime and set up for the next time too.
Hmm.
So listen to this. I brought this to Darlene such as today this morning because y'all see a lot of times I bring Darlene breakfast in the morning. Most of them times is after sex. Most of it, yeah, I'm sure. Yes. So that's one of my afters after sex is that I bring her a meal. I kind of think of it as replenishing her energy and stuff like that.
Oh, I was about to say I heard it.
Just showing my appreciation.
I was about to say I heard it, but it's
yeah. No, I was going to say no. I was showing my appreciation. I was just going to say that. But a lot of times, I'm not going to say I do it every time. But shut up. This is not how this is supposed to go. This is not how I planned this. But anyhow, yes, those afters are really big too. So befores are great and afters are good too. So I exercise a lot of after stuff too.
All right.
I do a lot of after stuff.
Okay, so what are some of the do's under technique? Like
some do's. Oh, the lingerie, the sleeping nude.
It's what your partner likes.
Whichever, you got to figure that out. Yeah,
for us, your partners may like lingerie. Partners may like.
I ain't in the lingerie.
No.
I swear to goodness, you need to come straight.
It's like
listen,
it's
coming off.
You mad at me or something?
What you mad at me?
Lord have mercy.
Make me work. Extra work. See, that's extra work. Now I done built all this up. Now
the breakfast plate means I got my A. I get them creamy grits, the bacon. Yes. So it's what your partner likes. Lingerie, games, or nude.
Yes.
But removing distractions and stuff.
Remove the distractions. That's
what I like. I like bath bombs and I like smell goods and all that. It's all that's in techniques, trying new places.
Ooh, I throw them bath bombs in the bathtub. Boy, it's all she already knows.
It's all silky smooth.
She come out
and techniques. But you know what though? Let me say this.
Talk to me.
Oh, Chuck said not the bonnets though. Never. I never know. No. There's certain ways I don't even like my husband to see me. At a certain point of, I like to be, listen, I had this conversation with a couple. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna know, you might remember, but I prepare for my husband every night before I go to bed, whether he wants sex or not.
Oh, yes.
I prepare as if he does every single night.
Mm-hmm. She does.
And we had this conversation with a couple who they weren't, it wasn't, but anyway. Yes, because again, my body is his and it's for his pleasure, whether he, feels it or not. I just make sure that I'm totally prepared and available all the time. Yes, the wigs off and on and all that. Like sometimes guys, girls, come on, y'all.
What?
Do you just snatch, just the bonnets. We got the guys chopping. He's talking about, come on, y'all, with the bonnets.
Somebody
said something about the wigs.
The wigs.
Yes.
All the extra stuff. No.
Yeah. I don't like to be able
I'm not big on the clothes in the bed. I'm not big on clothes in the bed.
What about the thick, the pajamas and the velours, the velvets and the socks and the.
Now me, I'm good with pajamas in the bed. I sleep with my drawers and my pants, and I go to bed in clothes, but she don't.
I can't. I mean, it's twisted.
I'd rather that be. Yeah.
So just talk with your partners about.
That. We already talked about that. She doesn't mind that.
Yeah.
She finds a way to get them off me anyhow.
You always stay.
That's why I got about 3 pair of drawers on her side.
Y'all, I can't. Well, help me, y'all. See.
Where we at in this? Hey, listen. We gotta go for
two more, and then we'll come back with the verse.
Okay, we'll come back. Okay,
so we talk about technique.
We got technique.
It was just, it was staying tuned in.
Stay tuned in. We already kind of covered that. Be in the moment, be present, removing
Talk,
the distraction,
listen.
talk and listen. That's being tuned in what you
And,
mean.
and be a little playful.
Fun, and exciting.
Don't be too rigid and too stiff.
Yes,
Yeah,
be playful, fun, and exciting.
What about treats?
So treats.
What about treats? I saw somebody said treats. Okay,
I
treats.
Through the
we got treats in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what did we say about treats?
Sometimes you be playful.
Yes.
Be playful with toys or
bubble bags.
Playful with food.
Yes.
Being
naked.
Games.
Being naked.
Yes.
Go to bed naked.
Not just go to bed naked. Sometimes we're around the house like we Adam and Eve, just around the house.
Be naked. Be naked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay on
guys,
be naked.
Let me tell you about this game. Let me tell you about this game.
How about this? Let's make time for Chuck to go in the commercial break. We come back. We're gonna share a couple more things with you guys.
We're gonna come back. We're just gonna give the birds. We're gonna wrap it up with the bird seeds. Did we finish?
We got some real good bird seeds for you guys.
Use your imagination on.
Darlene's gonna talk about some of the cheating in the game. But anyhow, Chuck, give it to us, baby. Okay, we're back.
Hey guys.
Don't forget, go to LoveByrds.com. Get your copy of the LoveByrds story, how the class clown and the class president develop an extraordinary love. You can also get it at Amazon. You can also get it on Kindle. Mm-hmm. Make sure you subscribe to Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, and Soul and Business on YouTube, LinkedIn. Yes. They're also at Feel Good Talk on Facebook.
Praying and studying together.
Oh yeah,
we do that.
Oh yeah, we definitely do that. We pray we pray and we pray over each other. Yeah. Every day. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We openly pray for each other. Yeah. So which is an awesome turnout. Mm-hmm. God intended sex for us and pleasure for us, in sex and pleasure for us to enjoy. So it was created by God for us to enjoy. So
we talked about they sexy when they cooking and cooking is hot, and when they clean it. Let me tell you something. Yes. The dudes, y'all sexy when you pray. I'm telling you, it is something. Listen.
Yeah, I know.
You guys are sexy when they pray.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know.
Okay. So So we were talking about sex. We were talking about
we've been talking about
sex. We have. We talked about tenderness, talking to each other, touching, time, considering your techniques. And these are things really to kind of give you topics to talk about what your mate. Like, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are we when it comes to touch? Mm-hmm. Where are we when it comes to, technique? And then spicing it up sometime with some treats. I see they started chocolate covered strawberries. They put some stuff in there.
Yes.
Some honey.
All that stuff is treats. Yes.
Yeah, treats.
Anything
scenarios.
Yes.
Like one time.
Scenarios.
One time he was leaving and I was like, no. No, Mr. Navy Man. Mr. Navy Man. I don't know. By the way, I don't know what.
And of course, I went into I'm going to fight this war when I come back. If I come back, I went into this scenario. We played that one up for a minute.
Scenarios and stuff.
Yeah. Scenarios are good.
Like, hey, do I know you from somewhere? And we just kind of play out the scenarios.
I said that. I think I said something like the world needs defending.
Yeah, you got real big on that one.
I got puffed up my chest. No, kind of walked out the door with a strut like,
but have fun. Listen, enjoy each other.
Yes, enjoy each other. Enjoy
each other.
Learn how to enjoy each other.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We grow together in this. You grow together in this. The idea is to learn and grow from each other.
This game right here, y'all. What is the name? Where did you get this? Lust language card game. It says hands-on edition. Let me tell you about this one here. Somebody pulls a card and has to do what's on the card. The other person is the receiver. So it may say, tell the receiver to lay on their back, and it'll tell the person with the card something that they need to do for however many minutes. And the receiver cannot move and cannot talk. Right? Can't move or talk. So it may say, it may tell you to do something for a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Okay. And the receiver cannot move or cannot talk. And then you switch, back and forth if you switch back and forth. But some people cheat. And while you're trying to be quiet and not move, like, okay, this must be a 3-minute card. This must be a 5-minute card. Ain't nowhere in the world this card told him to do all 3 of those things at this one time. So some people cheat, but it's fun.
That ended up being a 35-minute card.
Forget it. Forget the cards. But but it's fun. Just do things to spice it up and enjoy each other. Just be playful.
Be playful. Very much. So that's the treat.
The thing is, don't get stuck in a just a rut. Don't get stuck in a rut.
Like I said, the idea is to enjoy each other. And that's the main thing. Learning to enjoy each other. All
right, guys. Let me see. Yes. Is it time for the bird seed? It's 9:30.
It's 9:30. We're ready.
All right. We're going to leave you. Baby, did we talk about the bird seed?
We didn't talk about the bird seed, but we coming from scripture with the bird seed today. Oh my God. Yes, we are.
Y'all pray with
yes, we are. It's coming from the New Revised Standard English Edition, King Bird Edition. The New Revised Standard King Bird Edition.
Okay.
And in the book of Relations, in the first chapter, the very first verse, it says, be fruitful and multiply. And when they be talking about the fruit, they be talking about the fruit of thy loins. Boy. Yes, Lord. In the book of Relations, be ye fruitful. The fruit of your loins, and multiply mean do it again and some more. Do it some more, do it again. And our second verse from the same book,
help me.
The verse says, and I read, it says, be ye doers of the word.
I'm gonna hurt him.
Giving us those great Negro spirituals. Let's do it again. And do it till you're satisfied.
Y'all.
And do me, baby.
Okay, let me, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all, okay. We're going to
That's our bird seed.
This your bird seed for the week, baby. We've been serious for 3 weeks in a row.
Be ye doers.
And not hearers only. I'm going to hurt you. Wait. Hey
y'all, thank y'all so much,
Thanks
man.
For joining this.
The King Bird Edition.
In the book of
the New Revised Standard Edition.
And be doers of, oh my God.
Be ye doers of the word. We're the LoveByrds. We love people and we love love. See you guys next time. Thank you.
8:30.